Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for joining me on another adventure in the American Southwest, where we'll be exploring everything from deserts to grasslands and on up into the wooded mountains, sneaking on past rattlesnakes and acacia shrub. Ow! Might want to watch out for that one. And through the narrow canyons. So come along, because today we're talking about the Arizona Rainbow Cactus, also a Rainbow Hedgehog Cactus. This little guy down here he is in the group with the other hedgehogs, but as you can see, it's a little different than, say, the robust or Engelmann's hedgehog, right? Because he has all these little white spines. And it likes to grow in grasslands and oak woodland regions. That's where we are today in southern Arizona. You can also find this cactus growing on, well, in this case, it's also growing on a hillside. It likes soils that are rocky and sandy, and it also grows sometimes on some steep cliffs. Now, this cactus can be found here in Arizona as well as in New Mexico and in the Mexican states of Sonora and Chihuahua. And there you'll find it in sometimes small, like this guy, several inches tall. And some of them also get larger than this. They can get up to about 1.5 foot in size. And the name Rainbow Hedgehog or Arizona Rainbow Cactus comes from the coloring. And if you look at this guy, you can see that the band of spines, again, a little different than the other hedgehogs we've talked about, right? Because it doesn't have that irregular long central spine thing going on. Instead, it has these pairs of what are often described as comb-like spines. And they're little white ones that grow. They'll be kind of straight or even curved in some cases. So I can actually kind of grab onto this one without getting as poked as, say, I would if I wouldn't do that with a cholla or even the fishhook cacti. As you know, the fishhook will grab your hand, but this one, not quite as bad. They are spines, but yeah, because of the way they grow, it's not quite as bad. But those spines actually grow in some colorful rings, depending on the individual that you have. This one isn't crazy colorful, so there is some variation, but what you'll find is, so cactus grow upwards, right? And this guy is, the new growth will be towards the top. So the whole ring of spines in one ring will be around the same age. So they sometimes will be many different colors in the same ring. That's why it has the name the rainbow cactus. And on one cactus, you can see colors ranging from white to kind of an off-white creamish color, and then pinks and reds, and even in the same ring. This one is a bit more uniform, it seems to me. It's not, the bands aren't that crazy colorful towards the top. There's definitely some more color up there. But there is a lot of variation, so some of them will be more consistently, say, white or reddish, like this guy. Here's another one of those Arizona rainbows. As you can see, this one is showing a little bit more of that rainbow pattern, but he's super small and he's growing, again, on one of these rocky hillsides, so a little bit tricky to get to. Now, one thing that's super cool about these cacti is their flowers. These guys get really big flowers relative to their size. The flowers on top are usually like a deep magenta color, so really pretty and really big. They'll be about 1 inch by 1.5 inches typically, but some have been reported to be like close to 4 inches, so a really big flower for this little guy. Really pretty sight to see. After the flowers comes the fruits. The fruits are usually like a deepish purple-brown color, maybe greenish as well in there, and the fruits are edible. They've actually been a source of food for Native Americans for a long time. So the Chiricahua, Apache, and Mescalero have eaten the fruits from this cactus as a traditional source of food for a long time. and they are edible raw. So good source of food. It's in the group with the hedgehogs, and most of the hedgehog cacti have edible fruit, so that's good to keep in mind. This guy's just, you might not recognize him as a hedgehog. So he is with the rest of the hedgehogs. He's just a little different and very cool. And again, you can kind of touch this one. It's not quite as pokey as some of the other ones. We'll leave this guy alone. They do scoop out really easily. And again, then you can just eat them as is.